Hello everyone, Dracon84 here and welcome to another Luck Be a Landlord video. Let's grab my table and we are on our way to another run. Incidentally, I have recently seen that my Shotgun King video has gotten a few more views. Not sure what I want to do with that, but it's an interesting thing. I think I like Shiny Pebble better than B. Sure. B just tends to fall off pretty soon. Let's grab a Crow. So none of our symbols are very good yet, but a lot of them we can easily get rid of later. I think I like Jellyfish over Orange. Also, yeah, let's grab the Jellyfish. Ooh, Swear Jar. Swear Jar is very good early. Yeah. Now we really need to try and make sure that we are going to make the next rent. Because if we don't, then Swear Jar isn't going to be all that interesting. But I think we're definitely favored to do that. That's 8. That's definitely not a lot. Yeah, I'm not 100% if we're going to make this rent with the... Oh, alright, we have already made it. But we're not picking up the essence capsule here. Just to make it as likely as possible for our Swear Jar to do something. If we finally get a die, our gamblers are going to be very good. And I really don't want a dwarf. If I'm forced to pick up a dwarf, I will, but... I'd rather not. Alright, to make 100 we need 18 every spin, but we already have 16, so we have a little bit of leeway there. A Bronze Arrow is fine, although it doesn't do anything yet. I mean, it does something, but its gains aren't going to be very high. So it's either Pizza the Cat or Fish Tank, and because I think we're a little bit behind, I like picking up the Pizza the Cat here. Alright, we're not seeing that many great symbols. If this had been a 5-sided die, it would be through the roof right now. But the coconut is just a 2-value symbol. I also don't feel like we need to go... Maybe we need to go into cultists here. Maybe that's the idea. Alright, I'm going to do it. I think we're enough behind that we just need to do something. Oh god, this is so bad. I don't want the second key. Toddler is unlikely to help us make our next rent. And another gambler, I mean, you know what? We need symbols, and if we're never seeing a die, then we're in trouble anyway. I'm gonna grab an urn here. But I'm not happy. Bar of Soap gives us a bunch of temporary 2-value symbols. I think we need to do that. 18 this spin. There's an omelette. That's a rare. But we really need a die. Alright, we've made this exactly. So we were very close to having to crack our Swear Jar. And our Swear Jar is right now on 11. So it's going to give us 33 when we crack it. So... it's going to be good for us eventually. Given that we have an urn, I'm gonna grab a big urn. We want 2-value symbols. Checkered Flag doesn't work with our Crow. Doesn't work with anything, but it would allow us to pick up Sloths and Robin Hoods, so we probably need to pick it. Oh. I mean... Fertilizer doesn't do anything, and Ninja and Mouse doesn't do anything. I think I'm just gonna pick up the Checkered Flag here. And probably removing the flower. Yeah. At this point, I mean, I realized that I could have picked up 2 Bs, which might have given us a little bit of an edge. But eventually they would have fallen off in a bad way. I'm gonna reroll here. We need something. And we're not getting a lot of good stuff here. 21. Billionaire doesn't interact with anything that we have. We've seen a lot of dwarfs, but I don't think we've seen any beers. Definitely haven't seen any wines. I would have picked those up. So there's a decent chance that we're going to be forced to pick up crack the swear jar. So we have a coconut half, and we could go for the monkey, but I really don't want to grab a monkey if we don't have... I mean, in the short term, monkey gives us... It gives us 12. But in the long term, it's going to cost us, because the coconut half is a 2 value symbol, the monkey is a 1 value symbol, so in the long term, it's not good. And I think I'd rather crack the swear jar. If we had Oswald the monkey, I would probably pick it up here. Alright, given that we're cracking the swear jar anyway, goal should be better than buffing capsule. Also means that we're probably removing the cultist at the first opportunity. Still haven't seen a die. I mean, when we finally see a die, we are going to be in business, but... Alright, so we're cracking the swear jar. We've made this rent, but the next one is 225, so we need to make 34 every spin. We're definitely not close to that yet. Flush Essence is just very, very far away. Triple Coins Essence could work, but it would force us to pick up 2 more 1 value symbols before it can do something. After that we have a bunch of 3 value symbols, which is probably what we need to do here. Happy Hour Essence, I mean, if we had picked up the dwarf, we might have to go for this, but I'm just gonna go for the triple coin essence. And we probably still need a 2 value symbol. That's so bad. Now, right. Assuming that we're going to pick up either a 3-sided die or a 5-sided die, because we have these 3 gamblers that we really need to get rid of. Then we're going to be low on symbols, and we're going to need another symbol. So I think this is what we need to do. Yellow pepper is always going to trigger. That's good. 24. That's not even close. That means that we need to do something radical. So I'm gonna grab the monkey, hope for it to give us more money in the short term, so that we get to survive. Cat is a 2 value symbol too. I'm sure that we need it. We're definitely not happy about it. I'm not sure if we want another 2 value symbol. Time capsule doesn't do a lot. I mean, we've picked up a bunch of 2 value symbols and they're going to be falling off very quickly. So I think I need to skip here, but I have no idea how we're going to make our next rent. Yeah, snail's much too late. Right, we still have the checkered flag, but we're just missing on every metric here. Skip again. We're just not seeing anything. Unless I'm blind and I'm missing important things here. There's a slot, but that's just much too late. Right, we needed this as a 4 value symbol. Yeah. I mean, we just got such bad options early, and maybe I should have just gone for the bees, but even then, I mean, we would have had 2 bees and we would be at the point where they would actually not trigger as much anymore. We didn't even see any suns, rain clouds or farmers, so I think we would also have lost that one. I don't know what exactly we could have done differently. We should have gotten more lucky. Anyway, this was a very short run. I'm just gonna do another one. Let's hope that we get a little bit more lucky in this run. Milk. I mean, grabbing a milk is free. So how has everyone's week been? Mine has been a little bit stressful, but also, I mean, less stressful than earlier weeks. So I think we're getting better. 2 value symbol always. Oh, this is interesting. So adoption papers is definitely better in the short term. It could also just give us something, a bunch of 2 value symbols, which would be good. But yellow pepper is going to be better later. I think we're doing well for now. So let's just grab a 2 value item. I think that's the smart thing to do here. I'm not gonna grab a goose today. Also not grabbing a miner because miner is just so bad. Hey, there's our die. Where were you? Yeah, our previous run we had 3 gamblers without a die. We had a key without anything to open it with. We were just in very bad shape. We don't need to pick up an owl, but I think I'm gonna do so anyway to make sure that we have options later. Target, yeah, sure, still want 2 value symbols. That's the grave robber that we would have wanted in our previous run. Red suits, I'm turning around on picking up things like red suits and black suits early. I think this is the exact thing that can help you make a run like this work. Right, this would mean that all of our suits would be 2 value symbols, and that would make them decent early. You know what, maybe I need to do this. I mean, grave robber is fine, but it does fall off eventually. Usually, I mean, not always, but it can. It's easily replaceable. I'm just gonna go for the red suits. Might not do anything, but it might become good. And there's the hooligan that replaces our grave robbers, so we are definitely vindicated here. Grabbing another 2 value symbol. All of our 2 value symbols are not interacting with each other. There's a gambler. We already had to die, so it's basically a free pickup. Now I'm a little bit scared that eventually I'm going to just skip right past a suit. Just because I've kind of made myself blind to them a little bit, but I think we should be fine. Yeah, I don't want a cat, it's just a 1 value symbol. Alright, we are close to 150, so we are a rent payment ahead. That's good. Jellyfish? That's fine. And Pizza the Cat is the only one that does something. Oh, we have 20 symbols. Oh, I've revisited my math, by the way, and just so you know, the eventual goal of this game is to get 4,377 money. That's all of the rent payments plus 1 coin per spin in 90 spins. So that's what you can eventually have to work for. Thinking like that can really help you evaluate short-term gains. But it also means that eventually you'll have to make 78 every spin for the final few spins. I mean, thinking like that can really help you make the right decisions at some specific points. There's a black suit, but we didn't want a black suit, but we're still on track to make our next rent. We're also just not picking up anything that interacts with any of our symbols. We have the cat, but nothing else. Eventually, if we were going to remove our ore, we could go for the miner first, and then let the miner destroy the ore, and after that, I don't know. Treasure map is fine, but fertilizer is very good because it gives you a guaranteed watermelon if you find a seed. I think that's fine. Bar of soap, we don't really need that. We have a lot of 2 value symbols. Let's just skip here. I think that's fine. We're not far enough ahead for comfy pillow, I think. You need to be pretty far ahead for a comfy pillow to really work. Yeah, I mean, rare items can give you very interesting things, but they're not even always better. They can honestly just be worse. We had that key, right? Yeah, there's a lockbox for our key, that's good. Yes. 23. We're still a little bit ahead, and we're still fine with a 2-value symbol. Cats are just also very good because there are just so many things that work with cats. We don't need a hex of destruction. We're in decent shape. We have a lot of symbols that aren't directly helping us, but eventually they should help us. Yeah, I think we just want to go towards getting having 23 symbols. So I'm picking up symbols until we get there. 5-sided die is just better than... yeah, we just want as high average as possible. Buffing capsule, because we don't want a dwarf and we don't want a cherry. Right, we're close to 300, which is our next goal. None of these help us. There's definitely not a guaranteed rare here. These are just all bad. I mean, I think we had the option to pick up a guillotine at some point, but that might not have been this run. Maybe that was the previous one. I'm gonna skip here. There's a popsicle. That's such a good item. So essences must happen 2 times for them to be destroyed. Do we have... We have a fertilizer essence. That's just very good. I think we need to grab the popsicle. Doesn't do anything yet, but I mean 5th ace also just needs so many suits for it to do something. I think this is good. We have 23 symbols. We could remove the flower, but I want to get one more symbol to do that, and I'm not sure. Have we skipped any eggs? If you were screaming at your screen that there were eggs there and that I skipped them, then you are completely correct. Maybe I shouldn't have rerolled there, but there's just so many commons that I want at this point. Also, we need to make our next rent. Let's see how much we need to make. Because we haven't been picking up a lot of symbols. Minus 152 divided by 4. We need to make 37 every spin. I'm not even 100% if we're making that. I'm gonna reroll. Not getting anything. That's fine. There's an urn. We have the hooligan. We don't have too many symbols, so it should work. We're losing duds. 33. Grabbing chemical 7. Just to try and stay alive. And we need a lot of money. Maybe picking up a miner was prudent, but no, that would have been a mistake. Alright, let's hope that we're not dead. We're gonna lose a dud. I'm gonna remove the flower. I don't know if we... Alright, I'm gonna remove the coin too. Hope for a high roll. 30. That's not good enough. We've lost 2 in a row here. That's very, very bad. I'm not sure if I can draw this one up to luck. I mean, the previous one, I mean, there just weren't that many options for us to choose from. But I feel like I had better options this run, even though, I mean, our items were very bad. I don't think we've skipped any seeds. If we had, please tell me, because I need to be on that kind of thing. We might have skipped one or two eggs that might have been enough to make our next rent. I'm not even sure. Popsicle, I mean, I think Popsicle would have been very good in the long run, but we just didn't get there. So, kind of a downer, but it happens. I mean, whenever you get a win streak, you also get losing streaks. That's just how statistics works. But we're on 61.5%. So we need to get winning again. That said, I mean, it was just a run, and variance happens, and tracking your wins is fun, but eventually you just have to play every run as if it's the only one you're doing that time. So, short one today. We lost 2 runs in pretty quick succession. Making 300 can be just pretty difficult sometimes because it's a big jump and you need to find something to bridge the gap. Anyway, this was another Luck Be a Landlord video, and I will definitely see you next time, and let's win that one, right? Goodbye.